Naturehike Massif 2 hot tent. I bought this last year with all intentions of using it, but I never actually got around to it because the weather warmed up rather rapidly. The first thing you'll notice about this is the bag. It's that nice open top design. It's very similar to my One Tigress Tetra. 2 buckles, toggle, bit of string, easy to get into. I do like the way that they wrote erection steps there rather than assembly instructions. It made me chuckle. When I got properly confused with that, it turned into a right old carry-on. I think I've got the hang of it now. I'll explain to you what I did. One of the things that really confused me about this was that there's mesh on the outside of the door. Now, I thought mesh goes on the inside of the door. So the thought process was that this tent was twisted or inside out in some way. So that's why I took the inner out. I didn't need to do that. And the other thing that confused me was these vents. Now, usually you get a vent like this at the back, but there's 2 of these. There's one either side. Now the main structure's up. This makes sense. So I've got that long pole along there. He needs to go from down here, and he comes round in a curve through this sleeve and curve the other side. And there's also the shorter pole. So the very short pole, this looks like it clips into there, up through there, through the top, and clips on the other side. There's so many door options on this as well. That was another thing that confused me. There's a door at the back, door at the side, door at the front. I've opened up the big door at the front, and you can see that it's like a little palace inside. Obviously, when I get the sleeping area in, it's going to look a bit smaller. But for now, if you're thinking of height, we're looking at 1.5 meters, which is not bad. I'll give you an idea with my body. So, can't quite stand up inside, but it'd be very comfortable to sit in here. To secure the inner back in, or if you want to take it out, it's really easy with these toggles. So far, my first impressions are this is a very good tent. There's no quality issues. There's a couple of things I don't like about it. Now, the first one is there's no ground sheet. So if you're on any area like here, I've got sand and little bits of grit. You definitely need something underneath. That's not a problem. I can always put something underneath there, ground sheet or whatever. And the other thing, the pegs you get with these, they're very nice, but they need a bit more. They need a bit more oomph, a bit more length. So I definitely recommend that if you take this out anywhere, you take some of your own pegs with you. Get some longer, chunkier ones going on, because otherwise what you're going to find is like this here. They're just going to, if you're in a sandy or soft area, this is all just going to ping out. Got a nice hook up there to hang a light. Let's test him out for size. You've got lovely big doors on here, open all the way across. I've had to take my sweatshirt off because I'm absolutely roasting. Plenty of room. I must say, from everything I've seen so far, This is pretty good. We've got the stovepipe outlet there. Everything looks big when there's nothing in it. Let's get some furniture in. This is nice with my chair. Obviously with the stove jack, I'm going to have a stove here. I have actually got a tent stove. Watch out for that. I'll do a little show and tell on that at some point. So that's going to go there. So even with all this space that you've got, once you start getting all your kit in, the space rapidly diminishes. I've also got something nice in the back. When I take this tent out and I use a wood stove with it, I want to have a bit of luxury. Hence, I've got my chair. And I've also got my cot. That's made by Naturehike. I really like this. I've got no intention of becoming a ground dweller when I've got this amount of luxury, and there's no way I can carry this tent anyway. So carrying the cot shouldn't be too much of a problem as well, because I go in the car and set up somewhere. You can see from this, even with the cot in, I've got quite a bit of room in here. It's not claustrophobic. Hang on a minute. What's going on? Where I've been sweating, it looks like I've got a lady bra. So exit wise, we've got one there at the back. We've also got a nice bit of vestibule. We've got this massive doorway here that opens right out, so there was no problem with getting my cot in. We've also got this big door at the side. That's the one that confused me with the mesh on the outside. And we've got the full door there in the entrance. Inside the inner, we've got two little mesh pockets, one either side, which is useful. And there's also another hook up the top. Can't quite see it up in here to put another light or whatever else you want. I'm a big fan of Naturehike tents. When you factor in cost, quality and weight, then I don't think you can beat them, because the value that you get for the money is absolutely phenomenal. I was trying to work out how many tents I've got. Well, Naturehike tents. I think I've got, I must have 5 of them, including this one. There's bound to be someone out there who's got more tents than me. Let me know in the comments. I'm really looking forward to taking this tent out and using it with a wood stove. But I've got to wait for the weather to get a bit cooler first. If you're interested to see which wood stove I've got to go with this tent, I'll show you that in a future video. As soon as I put this tent up, it attracted the rain. Isn't that always the way? Never mind, I'll get it dried out and it'll all be fine. I'll see you next time.